Hi there, my name is Patty Richardson. Welcome to our second video. We're going to talk about the Aleph today. This is the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet, and we're going to discuss the meaning, the gematria, and the design in this letter. So the letter, of course, is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and it actually means ox, strength, master, or oneness. Now, in the pictograph in the beginning, before they even had this actual Paleo-Hebrew, they drew literally an ox head. So it means the strength. An ox, of course, represents the strength. So when we think about the oneness, the gematria of the Aleph is 1. So this is the oneness. This represents God and the oneness of the Father. If we break it down where the design, we have a vav, which is the sixth letter of the Hebrew alphabet, and then we have a yod and a yod. So the vav represents the divine shoot from heaven to earth or earth to heaven. The yod at the top over here represents God the Father. Now the yod is the smallest letter in the Hebrew alphabet, but it's the strength, it's the strongest, it's the power, it represents power. And then the yod down here actually is mankind, and it represents the smallness of mankind. But here we have the divine shoot. So this represents the divine connection between God and man. That's what the Aleph means. If you break this down and you add up these letters in the gematria, you have 6, 10, and 10, which makes 26. So if you take the name Yahweh, Yod, He, Vav, He, and you take the gematria for each of those letters, the yod is a 10, the he is 5, the vav is 6, the he is 5, it adds up to 26 too. So this is why the Aleph represents the Father, represents God, the master of the universe, the strength of the universe, the oneness of God. So Interestingly, the Aleph is silent most of the time in the alphabet, but he's the father of the alphabet. So there's 3 words that represent just the meaning of what the Aleph is. One of the words is aluf, and it means master or chief. Ulfana means to the schooling or learning, to the school or learning, and Pela means wondrous. Now, each of these, the rabbis break down into 2,000 years. So they believe we are at 5783, so we're almost at the 6,000th year. So in the first 2,000 years, they had the master or the chief. This is when Adam named the animals and he ruled and had dominion over them, but they didn't have the Torah yet. So the next 2,000 years is when the Torah was given. This was the time for school or learning. This is when God began to teach them. And then the last 2,000 years, of course, this is when Jesus came. And even though they don't believe that, they still say that it's called Pela, or it means wondrous, and it's Aleph spelt backwards. And this was the mystical teachings of Mashiach, or the Messiah. And so this would usher in peace. So this was the last 2,000 years, which is really amazing because, I mean, that's what Yeshua has done. He has ushered in peace. He has come to bring a kingdom of peace. And so very interesting. So the other things that the Aleph, I just want to give you some of the words that that start with Aleph. So here we have the word Adam. This is the Aleph, the Dalet, and the Mem. If you take this word and you just bring the Aleph, which means father, but the word dam actually means blood. So here we have father's blood. That's who Adam was. That's who Adam was. The other couple of letters that we have, or words that we have, is this one is Aish, which means man, and Isha, which means woman. So the interesting thing about this is they both have the letters Aleph and Shin in them. And that word, Aish, means fire. So the 2 letters that are different is the Yod and the He. The Yod and the He create Yah, which is another name for Yahweh. So they're saying when you do not have, in a man and woman's relationship, if you do not have Yah in it, you have fire. And we all know what fire can do to a couple. It's passion, but it can also mean that the fire that burns things up and consumes things. So every couple needs Yah or needs Yahweh in it. So I hope that this is giving you a little bit of insight into the Aleph, just what the letter represents, and we will dive deeper into it as we go along. So our next letter will be the letter Beit. That will be the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.